Diba? Tsaka temporon. Uniform. Diba? So, again, if we are bringing in beauty and dignity in the liturgy, maybe we need to begin to think if our materials are, if the materials we use signify beauty and dignity. Okay. If it is really set apart, diba? I know many of the titas of Manila here, and titas of Bacolod, and titas of everywhere, diba kayo nga, meron kayong mga tablecloth for special occasions. Hindi ilalabas. Pag regular pang araw-araw, linoleum yung nasa ibabaw ng lamesa. Diba? Pero pag piyesta, may bisita, maglalabas, ay, pinya. Diba? Yung lamesa ganun. Si Father, parang ganun din. Huwag yung bihisan ng linoleum. Diba? It doesn't look dignified. Because the Eucharist is our highest form of prayer. It is the summit and the fount of Christian life. So if it is that special, then the vestment should more or less be special. Eh minsan sasabihin din, brother, mahal kasi yung tela. Diba? Brother, mahal yung tela. Pero minsan po, mas cost-efficient yung mahal pero maganda kesa dun sa mumurahin tapos palit-palit. No? For some time I was with the Opus Dei. What I really appreciated from them, their sacristies contained only 7 chasubles. Really expensive ones, but only 7. And that's it, that's what they use. Now, the priests, they have to, ang dami-daming chasuble, lahat maninipis. Tapos parang kailangan palit-palit. The important thing there is, it's something that they can use for a long time. And it's beautiful all the time. Hindi yung kailangan palagi, ay, hindi masyadong bagay ito sa Sunday na to. Kailangan may bagayan na Sunday. No? Sabi lang naman doon sa GIRM, green lang. Wala namang requirement na, ay, kailangan ang burda ganito. No? Ay, dapat pag Christmas, colorful yung chasuble ko. Stained glass yung design. Bintana po kayo, Father. Diba? Makikipag-compete pa doon sa stained glass ng simbahan. Does it point to the beauty of the liturgy? Or you are not having... Sila Father, din intindihin niyo po, my dear ladies, when you make the chasubles, make it simple and dignified. Particularly the designs. Sometimes our designs are redundant. May M na dito, may M pa dito, may mukha pa ni Mama Mary dito. Hindi naman po kailangan marami, kaya namamahal, ang daming burda eh. Pwede naman isa lang, diba? Magandang isa. Okay. Kung meron namang it's supposed, the chasuble is supposed to, when the people see the chasuble, they see also some mystery in the chasuble. And a story is being told in the chasuble. Remember, sabi ni Bishop Jerry, your beauty should evangelize. And if it's supposed to evangelize, there is supposed to be a story behind the chasuble. In the symbolism. Sometimes I do not understand anymore. There's IHS here, diba Jesus? IHS. But there are many options, no? And it's very easy nowadays because sabi nga ni Monsignor Giovanni, you are already millennial butler mission guild. So you can use the internet and there are many liturgical designs available. Okay, you only need to be creative about it. But not too creative. Kasi minsan nasusobra, hindi naman. No? Si Father mukhang flower vase. Minsan, maganda na yung, dapat ganun eh. Tsaka, make sure that when you make vestments, it will be harmonious with the rest of the liturgical environment. Minsan, nagko-compete lahat, parang hindi mo na alam, saan ako titingin? No? And remember, the presider is Christ Himself also. Pero it does not, the presider should not call attention to himself. Dapat pag nakita ng tao yung presider, si Jesus, hindi yung personality ni Father. Eh, natatandaan minsan, especially in tabi-tabi mo, Manila, diba? Some priests, they wear, alam ko si Father ganito yan kasi ito, healing ng chasuble. Diba? Lahat ng chasuble niya, sheer. Organ sa lahat ng chasuble ni Father. Pinatawa somewhere. Diba? So the chasuble. The dalmatic is the garment of the deacon. Ang dalmatic po dyan, yung mga suotin na Father James dito, yan. Yung parang may letter H na design. Okay. Simple, di pa no attention. So it's for the deacon. It is the garment of service. And then, the pluvial cloak, no, or the pluvial coat, no, used for other liturgical celebrations, for processions, benedictions of the Blessed Sacrament. It can be worn for baptism and also for the sacrament of matrimony outside the Mass. The pluvial coat, pluviale comes from, it's interesting, the Latin word, it literally translates into a raincoat. The pluvial coat is a raincoat. It is normally white, but it can carry also the liturgical colors. Okay. And there is always, underneath the pluvial coat, the priest can wear a soutane, surplice, and stole, or an alb and stole. It is the garment of dignity. The next one is the humeral veil. The humeral veil po yung long cloth na binabalo ng pari sa sarili niya, especially when holding the Blessed Sacrament. No. Why does the priest do that? Especially during benediction. They say that the humeral veil covers the hands of the priest to show that the blessing does not come from the priest, but from Jesus Himself in the Eucharist. So it's supposed to cover His hand. No, it's for covering the hands of the priest. Okay? Hindi lang po parang hindi matumihan yung monstrance. No? But it's supposed to cover the hands of the priest. Because the hands of the priest is also sacred. No? During the ordination of the priest, Holy Crescent is poured in the hands of the priest. And the hands of the priest has power to bless and to confect the Eucharist. So, he covers his hands when the Eucharist is, during the benediction of the Eucharist, to show that it is the Eucharist. Jesus Himself is the source of our blessing. Okay. Next is, okay. And the mitre, I saw one lady asking, ano yung mitre? Okay. The mitre is the headdress of the bishop. Okay. It's a symbol of authority. The mitre has evolved already throughout the ages in varying shapes and sizes. Now, ang usong mitre medyo ganyan na lang kalaki. Before, time nila Cardinal Steve, medyo matangkad-tangkad pa. But the mitre is simpler now. Before, there were varying categories of mitres. There were the simplex, the aurea mitres, and the solemn the jewel mitres. No? But now, simple mitres, gaya na so ni evidence dyan, okay na po. Thank you. So, there. And then, let's go to liturgical colors. Because very often, people get confused with what liturgical colors to use. I think one of the helps of the Mother Butler Mission Guild will be to procure for yourselves, if not for your group, an ordo. Alam niyo naman po ako anong ordo? Sino po hindi pa nakakita ng ordo dito taas ang kamay? Dapat pala kasama yung sakit nyo, no, may ordo. The ordo provides you with the order of celebrations, liturgical celebrations in the Philippines. No? And there are notations there on the liturgical color. The liturgical color is important because it signals to the faithful when we see the priest celebrating at Eucharist and the furnishings at Mass in a certain color, we are reminded of what liturgical season or what kind of celebration we are having. Okay, so just a review. Liturgical colors, green is the color of hope. It's worn during ordinary time. Okay, it is worn during ordinary time. This is His Eminence in Italy when he visited his cardinal seat in Italy. The cardinals, they have their churches in Italy. He celebrated Mass in one of his churches. Many lauded the cardinal for wearing the complete vestment of a bishop here. You know, this is wearing a chasuble, but underneath, he's still wearing a tunicle or a dalmatic, to symbolize the fullness of the priesthood that the bishop has. Okay, ordinary time po tayo, green, symbol of hope. The next one is red, the symbol of sacrifice or the color of sacrifice. It is worn during the Passion of the Lord, the celebration of the Feast of Martyrs, Memorial of Martyrs, celebrations in honor of the Holy Spirit, and is the normative color for the cardinals. So red. Okay. There was a chat conversation in FB of one of our groups of seminarians and priests. Tapos may tatanong, ano bang pwedeng isuot sa Christmas? Ano pong color ng Christmas? Yan na nga ba sinasabi ko. Ulitin ko po, anong kulay ng Christmas? White! Mga kababayan, white po ang kulay ng Christmas. The liturgical color is white. Ganun din yung pare, at sabi niya sa amin, pwede po yung red chasuble pang Christmas para mas happy. Tapos patungan ko ng green na stole. Gusto ko sana sabihin sa kanya, kapatid, pari ka, hindi ka po esensya. So, we are forgetting very important yung liturgical colors, no? It's a color of sacrifice. Okay. Red. It is also the color worn during Good Friday. Because Passion of the Lord. Okay. Some get confused, purple ba or red on Good Friday or even black. Red is the color for Good Friday, Passion of the Lord. Dahil pala may question and answer mamaya, tatanungin ko kung anong kulay for what season. Okay. Next, purple. Holy Father, mamaya po tayo. Ayan. Purple is the color of penance and of contrition. It is worn during Advent, Lent, penitential services, and masses for the dead. Okay. There's a debate going on about the color purple. Kasi yung iba sinasabi, pag Advent, ang purple dapat bluish shine. Pag Lent, mas reddish. So, nasa sa inyo na po yun. Basta sabi ng JR, purple. So, purple. Okay? The next color, white. That's the color of joy. And it is worn on Christmas, Easter, on feasts of the Blessed Virgin Mary. I will go back to that in a while kasi your exhibit yun ang blue. And of saints and celebrations of the sacraments. Normally. Okay, so white. Brother, pwede po bang cream? Pwede naman siguro, off-white. So, yan. So, it's the color of joy. So, pag Christmas po, ang kulay ay tama na. Okay, next. Okay, blue. It is worn to honor Our Lady. It was a photo during the canonical coronation of Our Lady of Our Lady Cause of Our Joy in Bado. Nasa yung mga Tagalawag dyan. Ayun. Ayan, yung mga Tagalawag. In Bado, Apo Bakit. And blue, particularly cerulean blue, spelled cerulean. Cerulean blue is a concession. It's a privilege given to the Kingdom of Spain and extended to her colonies. And because we were part of the Spanish territory before, we were included in that practice. But in the rest of the world, outside the domain of Spain, blue is not a liturgical color. It's white. Okay, so, pero dahil sabi nga nila, we are a country deeply in love with Our Lady. Therefore, ayun, uso ang blue. Okay. Sana sa piyesta lang ng Mahal na Birhen sinusuot. Okay. Next, gold as a liturgical color, the symbol of glory. You often, many celebrations, big celebrations, offer gold as a color. That's acceptable. For solemnities and feasts like great feasts of Christmas and Easter, probably your parish fiesta, provided that it's white, you can move towards gold, pwede. Okay. And then, rose. The color rose. Worn only 2 times a year. Kailan po celebrate? Ayun po yung konti ko nasa. Gaudete Sunday. What is Gaudete Sunday? Third Sunday of? So kaya mahirap sumagot pag may bihon sa bibig. Third Sunday of Advent. And then, Laetare Sunday. Fourth Sunday of Lent. It's the color of joyful anticipation. But during these Sundays, we already look forward to the feasts that we are going to celebrate. For Gaudete, for Christmas, and Laetare, Easter. Okay. Ay, tatajo. Okay. So, are there questions? Huwag pong mahiya. I found it. Yes, tita. There's a question over there. Mic naman po. There's a... Yeah. Tumatanggap rin po kami ng phone-in question.
Ito po, microphone question.
Sige po.
Father,
Brother po.
I'm sorry, brother. We have a priest who stayed for some time in the U.S. And he informed us that during the 9-day novena before Christmas, it was perfectly alright to wear something like a midnight blue.
Okay. Sige po. Thank you. I'll answer that question. That's the confusion. Yun yung sinasabi ko, debate kanina with the purple. Kasi, actually, it's an Anglican practice to wear blue during Advent. Yung midnight blue. That's more Anglican. But the 9-day novena, the Simbang Gabi, that's white or gold for the Philippines. That's white or gold for the Philippines. The blue, tita, comes from the Anglican practice of wearing blue during Advent. So, it's not really very Roman Catholic. So it's better to stick to white and gold for Simbang Gabi. By the way, Simbang Gabi is a peculiar celebration to the Philippines. That's done only during the 16th to the 24th. Brother, paano po yung yung 15? Pwede na rin. But it's not anticipated. You don't transfer the readings of the 16th to the 15th. We still do the readings of the day. And the Simbang Gabi, baka yung parish priest wants to wear blue. That's also allowed because the Simbang Gabi is a novena in honor of... Kanino po? To Our Lady. It's a novena to Our Lady. It's a novena to Our Lady. Then he can wear blue. Yun po. But if he says it's because in the States it's blue, the one in the States, they wear midnight blue because of Advent, which is Anglican in nature. Pero if he says, I'm wearing blue because it's Marian, go, Father. Other question po, ayun po. Sige, ate takbo, may bihon doon.
Pwede na?
Pwede na po dyan.
Okay, Father,
Brother.
brother, this is not a question.
Apo.
This is, I just want to express my wish that I wish that our priests will still wear the casa, when they go out of church for distinction. Because nowadays, our priests, they wear ordinary pants and shirt, and we don't even have the shirt anymore. We cannot distinguish.
Many of them naturally.
We cannot distinguish. We cannot distinguish the priest anymore. I wish that we will go back to the time when they wear those standard.
Opo. Thank you po, tita.
Thank you.
I have a suggestion to the mother butlers here. Father, sorry po. You know, when in San Jose, when Father Big Jesus of the Society of Jesus was our rector, he told us, please wear a visible sign of consecrated life. It didn't have to be the collar. We can wear a cross or the lapel cross, just to show that we are prepared for the priesthood or is a priest. Ayaw ni Father, brother eh. Isa po sa mga madaling para. Tatandaan niyo po, kami po mga seminarista, tapos yung mga pare, kami po apo nyo. Yung mga pare, mga anak nyo. Pwede niyo po sabihan yung mga anak nyo, in the way, itong mga bata, yung mga teenagers nyo, sinasabihin, ang ikli na suot mo. Magbihis ka na maayos, kakain tayo sa labas. Okay. So, pwede rin po yun. Isa rin maganda suggestion, tulad ng ginagawa ni Tita Patsy Henson, nililigaluhan niya ng clerical. Kasi sometimes walang clerical si Father, surprisingly. So, ang money ko po, and it will be very simple, it doesn't have to be expensive. One apostolate, my mom has an apostolate in the seminary before. What she would do, she got my Roman collar. And then, every time mauubos po yung Clorox sa bahay, yung Sonrox, ginugupit ni Mami, she shapes it into a Roman collar. Yun ang pinamimigay niya sa mga kaklase ko. So kaya dami-dami namin Roman collar. So lahat ng polo namin may Roman collar. Gawa lang po sa bote ng Clorox. Reuse, recycle. Diba? Kasi mahal po yung imported eh. So, pwede naman. So, it helps also. So, and encourage not only the priests but also the seminarians. No? Simple things, giving them Roman collars, giving them ang tawag dyan, clericals will help also encourage them to wear it. Pero I've noticed also in the Philippines, more and more seminarians and priests are wearing the symbols of consecrated life. So it's starting to spread out. No? Pero huwag nyo na-pressure si Father minsan. No? Kasi si Father, simple lang naman si Father. Pag naka-t-shirt si Father tsaka naka-cruise, okay na rin naman. No? It's important also, but if you tell them, they will wear naman. Pero tell them nicely, ha? Kasi yung iba rin naman, Hi, Father, ikaw hindi ka naman nakasuot. Mababae ka, no? Wala man si Father. May question doon, may phone question, my question. Hello po, can you tell us which diocese you come from?
From the Diocese of Mati.
Uy,
Maayong hapon, brother. My question, brother, is about our priests at Christmas. Sometimes there were past Christmas that he would wear the Mama Mary stole because it was Christmas in honor of the Blessed Mother. But the liturgical color for Christmas is white.
Yes.
Is it also all right if our altar cloth is being accessorized with Marian symbol, like that, para to complement po the soul of Father. Is it okay?
Marian symbols is okay on the altar cloth. No problem with that. But I think what is more important also is to remind Father that the main mystery we celebrate in Christmas is Jesus incarnate. Jesus coming to the world, the Anyway, you can tell Father, there's a Marian celebration after 8 days, which is the celebration of the motherhood of Mary. So, tapos 9 days na tayo nagpabila kay Mama Mary. So, Jesus naman. So, but it will be helpful because it might confuse also the faithful.
Okay, thank you.
For Butler Mission Guild, I have a request. Can you make your altar cloth a little bit more masculine? Because the altar is Jesus. Now, when you dress the altar, is Jesus. Pero si Jesus, puno ng lace and flowers and the altar of sacrifice is Jesus Himself. So that, think of a bit, there are beautiful designs, many beautiful liturgical designs. Kaya parang naging default natin sa Pilipinas, flowers. Mas maraming kulot, mas maganda. So yung Jesus natin na altar, Santo Niño, daming kulot eh. Diba? So, maybe a bit more masculine can emphasize also the role of the altar as Jesus Himself. And it's not confused. Minsan si Jesus parang naka-happy sleep. Puro lace. Tapos sasabihin, kasi mahal po yung lace. Okay din naman. Inner lines better. Okay, naalala ko yung altar cloth kasi in fairness to MBMG, ang dami nila nabibigyan ng altar cloth na churches na wala. And it's nice that in your mass kit, you put altar cloth. I suggest in your mass kit, when you put altar cloth, it suffices that it's a good cloth. It doesn't have to have design, basta puti and malinis. Pero please, yung outer cloth dapat hindi po polyester kasi madulas, dumudulas sa table. Something that hugs the table so that even if you put the chalice, hindi dadahos-dos yung chalice. Or if the priest moves the box, hindi po gumagalaw yung table, yung altar table cloth. Altar cloth. Question ka po? May tanong? Yes, Tita. Tita Aurelia. From the Diocese of? Bacolod. Okay.
Brother, I just like to ask for a clarification. Because when we had the convention in Malaybalay,
Yes.
the bishop was talking about the stone
Yes.
or the signs.
Yes, yes.
He said that
The
the chalice
Okay.
and the host and the chalice should not be
Seen in the stone.
used as a design.
Okay.
Stone or in the altar cloth. We would like to know
If the bishop is correct. Okay. Sige. I will try to explain what the good bishop was saying about that. But basically, it's about the redundancy of symbols. The redundancy of symbols. It's very important that when you make the designs, you have a particular celebration in mind, the symbols are not redundant. Okay? So, for example, I think what Bishop is saying, do not put the chalice and the host in the altar cloth because the chalice and the host is on the table already. So it becomes redundant. But you can still put symbols of the Eucharist. Maybe you can turn it into wheat or grapes or other symbols of the Eucharist, bread and fish. That could be done. Pero yung host at chalice mismo on an altar cloth seems to be redundant also. So that's very good sa theology also. Kaya lang kasi minsan nakikita natin dun sa mga older designs na redundant. But if we are going to, because the liturgy asks for, to maximize symbol also, to maximize the symbol. Meaning, one symbol lang to unify the liturgy. So there's one bread and one chalice, not many printed bread and chalice. So the same goes also for the vestments of the priest. Okay. Other question po? Yes, Tita. From the Tita Demetria from the Diocese of Tarlac. Yes. Walang mic. Tita yun. Okay, good.
Kasi ako po gumagawa. Kunyari yung lace. I have lace. So the table is white.
Yes, yes.
But I have here different colors.
Okay.
Meron akong green, meron akong white,
yes.
meron akong red, meron akong violet na ginagamit kung ano yung season ng calendar of
The church,
the
yes.
church. May nag-anong pare na nag-comment. Kailangan kanya ang altar is only white.
Okay.
So, inalis ko lahat yun dahil medyo hindi kami mag-aral.
Very good, tita. O, tama si tita. Tita.
So, gusto ko lang pong i-clarify kung talagang walang kulay. Kasi tayo, nagbasa naman ako. During the tradition times, it was white, all white. Wala talagang kulay. But then in 1935, inalaw na ng church para malaman ng tao kung ano naman ang calendar.
Yes.
So itong green, ordinary, itong purple, ganito. So, kaya gumagawa ako ng ganyan. Now, kung hindi na, para paalis ko lahat, ginawa ko.
Really purpose ni tita. Okay. I will answer that question with a Jesuit answer. Yes and no. Okay. Yes, because we need to distinguish the altar cloth from what we call the antipedium. Okay. The antipedia is the one that covers the altar that has design. So you can put design, colors, etc. No? In some parishes, they use a small antipedium. It doesn't cover the whole altar. It's with liturgical color. That's all right. But on top of the altar, that's the altar cloth, it's always white. So that's yung pag-iba.
Yung altar, yun lang po ang may kulay.
Okay. Baka personal taste ni Father.
I don't know. But
Personally, if you ask me, I do not mind having the color on the side. For as long as kita yung iba ko lang. Kasi parang yung side yung antipedium.
no, I have three
Yes.
May isa, and then meron pang isa yung
Tama po. 3.
putolis ko lang naman kasi yung kulay.
Yes.
And then, kung bukas red, alisin ko yung red, lalagyan ko ng red, bukas alisin ko yung green, lalagyan ko ng red. So, tatlo yun. Yung isang ilalim, yung isa pa red para kulay, yung isa para yung pinaka-cover.
Yes.
So, kung kunyari na dumihan yung top, pwede kung yun lang ang
Lahat.
So, kaya po very easy for us
Yes.
na naglalaba din. Kaya,
Sometimes, tita, it boils down to the personal taste also of the parish priest. I strongly suggest you always work with your parish priest. Now, the question is, itatapon ko na ba yung altar cloths na yun? I suggest go. Just keep it. And then, when there's a new parish priest, Father might have a taste for it.
kasi, I am in the diocese, I am the secretary of the bishop.
Yes.
So, ako nga dun sa mga
Or sabihin
Pero,
ni Bishop.
But the bishop naman, yung unang bishop, it's alright. Actually, napulot ko yun sa mga Opus Dei.
Yes, that's
The Opus Dei kasi kami. So, I had the idea na gagawin ko lahat ang kulay na binobotonis lang lahat.
But let me correct that. For the work, for the members of Opus Dei, like there are probably some babies who attend the Opus Dei here. They use lace on solemnities
Yes,
only,
yes, that
and
is
only
it.
white on the side.
Yes.
The rest of the days is just white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then ako, dahil nga yung kulay sa atin sa secular. So,
You mean the lace is green and
no.
red? Oh.
The lace is only for solemnities or for
Yes, yes.
specials. And then I have also for daily. The white.
Yes.
Meron din naman po. Yun lang, ang clarification ko for general use. Kasi yung mga ibang pari namin, Paris priest, humihingi na sa akin na, gawa mo rin ako ng lahat ng kulay.
That's possible po.
O kung meron siyang funeral mass, papapalitan lang niya ng biyerde. So that is the easiest way na meron talaga. Actually, yung binubotones lang.
That's a good
And
idea.
then, yun nga, pag nagpalit ka, alisin mo lang yung botones para mo.
That's a good idea, Tita. Now that becomes your anti-menu. So it's perfect acceptable.
Yeah. So, okay pa po rin.
Okay po.
So, thank you very much.
Maybe last two questions, Tita, from one here, and then if there's a question over there, one spot. Yes, Tita.
Good afternoon po, brother.
Brother po. You are, Tita.
I am Cesaria Gonzalez from Sapampalay.
Sapampalay, the Diocese of
Diocese of Malolos.
Malolos. Sapampalay, Malolos na pala.
Sapampalay is San Daliman.
Yes.
Okay po. I'm just curious, brother, kasi during the celebration of Mass for the Dead, the priest wear purple color.
Yes.
And then, ang palpo for the dead, binabalot sa ay white. Pwede po ba na violet ang suot ng priest and violet for the pal?
Okay. Sige po. Good question, Tita.
White for the pal and white.
In terms of liturgical colors for the dead, final pakiusap to our Mother Butler Mission Guild. My dear ladies, and there's a question. Lapitan niyo na lang po ako mamaya. Time's up na po ako. But, may pakiusap to the Mother Butler Mission Guild. Please, I think part of your mission is to educate yourselves about the celebration of the liturgy. It's a beautiful practice. It will deepen your prayer life. And so, the more you understand the Mass, the more you fall in love with it. The more you fall in love with our Eucharistic Lord. I'm pretty sure Mama Mary, Our Lady, tried to know Jesus and His needs and make sure that His vestments is for His needs. So, if we imitate Mary, I guess it's very important to study liturgy. And I'm pretty sure your dioceses will be more than happy, the directors for liturgy will be more than happy to come up with formation programs for you. I'm very sure you're also welcome to take courses with Paul VI Institute for Liturgy. They have summer programs. It can help you prepare the liturgy in a much better way and hopefully preach better the gospel through beauty. So once again, thank you very much, and may Our Lady always protect you. Maraming salamat.
Thank you very much. Brother Mark Parabunan, may we request you to join us on center stage and receive this token of love and appreciation for your time and efforts with us today. Giving this token of appreciation is, of course, our National Past President, Aurora Fuentebella. Joining her on stage as well, our National President, Marisa Ochuan, with Presidential Advisor, Patsy Henson.
Mayukluhon na laon matagtugas ang langit, hangin, kalayo, tubig kalagduta. Tanda ining imong tinawa, kalay ining pag-ampo, magadulot sa amon sa kabuhi na himayang. Salamat sa mga bugay na imo ginpaambit sa amon. Salamat sa kabuhi na ginatulog mo sa amon nga himpit. Salamat sa maayo nga panahon kag ilabinagid sang imo katutom sa amon. Bendisyon ni ang imo katawan. Bendisyon ni ang ilang mga palangabuhian. Bendisyon ni ang mga panggas sa amon mga talamnan. Bendisyon ang ilang nga paglugayawan sa iban nga kapungsulan. Kabay, makalapot sila nga walay sablag sa ila pagkapatulungan. Kag ila binagid, bendisyon ining isla sa Negros nga amon natawahan. Kinahalad namon ang ining pag-ampo para sa imo kadayawan.
Please be seated.
Reverend Fathers, National Officers of the Mother Butler Mission Guilds, my dear fellow members and the MBMG and friends, good evening and welcome to our fellowship night. The Mother Butler Mission Guilds Bacolod chapter is honored to host the 26th National Convention here in the City of Smiles. As we start to enjoy this evening, I praise and thank the Lord for making all this possible. I would also like to acknowledge and thank our working committees who have untiringly given their time from the planning to the execution of this activity. I take this time to make special mention to our past national president and our committee advisor, Ruray Puentevilla, for going an extra mile to ensure the success of this convention. Thank you, Gid, from the bottom of my heart. Ladies and gentlemen, let us give Ruray a warm round of applause. As we prepare this event with utmost care so that you will take pleasure in a hassle-free stay, I hope you have all gained new learnings and insights from the talk of our keynote speakers